Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another episode of my Minecraft Survival Let's Play, where today I'm in a bit of a new location. It's a location you lot won't have seen before, but I've been spending quite a bit of time here off camera. And this is going to be the start of my iron golem farm or iron farm. It also spawns a lot of cats, so it's a bit of a string farm on the side as well. But I'm just going to show you what I've got going here first, which is just a little bit of a collection area. This is where they're all going to fall down. And then there'll be some lava here maybe to do the damage, and then all of the items get collected down here. The magma blocks underneath the carpet with the minecart hoppers around there, and then they all go into the hoppers which goes into this chest, so all the items get filtered into here. This ain't going to be permanent. I'm going to make this into, well, it's going to transport the items up here, and then the storage room is going to be like on all of these little gaps that I've left in the side. And I'll just show you down here. I'll show you get to this later, but that's a villager breeder, which is how I'm going to get all the villagers I'm going to need up here. For now they're all just getting filtered into the nether, and then I'm going to transport them to this nether portal. And then somehow I'm going to have to get them up to the iron farm, which I'm not too sure how yet, but I'll get to that later on. And in here are all the items I'm going to be using to build the farm. I've gone a bit overkill on the magma blocks and glass, but I just wanted to be safe, make sure I didn't run out of them and have to go collect more. And you also need these items in here. 4 bells, you need 4 different workstations and 14 of each. A few signs and trapdoors. Then this wall here is to go with this wood to make loads of beds. I think you need 100 beds overall. And then just a water source. 2 buckets will do for an infinite water source. Then the lava, you could just have 1 bucket and keep refilling it every time, but I've just chose to go for 10, just so I don't have to refill it as often. So I'm not entirely sure how much lava you need. I will leave a link to in the description to the iron farm I copied, because I followed a tutorial for this, because I just don't really understand how iron farms work, so instead of figuring it out myself, I thought I'd just copy a tutorial. So of course we'll leave a link to that in the description. But I think what I'm going to do is just get the items I need out of these chests, so then I'm going to head up there and I'll show you how it's built. Okay then, to start off you want to come up to the top of the tube, and this is the wall of the tube right here. From this block that I'm standing on, you count along 8 blocks, which if I put water down, it should go right to the end, and it would go right to the end on this block as well when I put water there, so that's not to worry about. But the next part is probably the hardest part of the building anyway. So you need to put water down and you need to get underneath here, and you need to put a glass block underneath the opposite block, not the one that's got the water on, because that messes all the water up. And if you climb back up to the top, you should be able to jump onto this block, then put a block there, build it out on each side, and then build the walls too high. Now you want like a temporary block just to put here. Make sure you're crouching for all this just to make sure you don't fall off. And then if you destroy this block, and this is where the lava's going to go. Okay, then next up you just want to block this lava in like so. So 1 block above the lava like this. And I am actually going to make this lava put 2 blocks there so it's not running. Then you want to put trapdoors underneath the block there. Now you want to get a bell and put this just on top of any of these blocks. It doesn't matter if it's this one on the right or this one on the left. Then a glass block next to that. You can destroy these back blocks, you don't need them there. After this you want to get your workstations and start placing them along here. It doesn't really matter which order you place them in on anything like that, but I'm just going to maybe leave like a free gap in between. You don't want to place one on here either. You need to leave 1 gap on the end. So you want to start them on the 2nd block along in here. So I put 2 of them down, 2 of them down, 2 of these down, and then a composter there. It really doesn't matter what order you put them in, anything like that, just put them in whatever order you feel like. And I think I'll just mirror it on the other side, so it goes like this. And you need one of these here, one of these here, and the composters, and finally this here and this here. So it's just mirrored on both sides. And that's pretty simple, but like I said, just use any workstations you want. Okay, the next step is just to fill all these spaces with glass that I'm going to be doing now. This is just to stop any cats from spawning on top of these workstations and stuff. So you fill in these two at the side here. You can get to this one. Then on top of all of the workstations, and then 2 more blocks at the end right here. And then just bring this up to the same level. So that's pretty simple. Now I've done all this, I'm going to put the water in, and I'm just going to copy the exact same thing on the other 3 sides. And then I'll be back once I've done that. Okay then guys, I'm back, and right now I'm just down here by the villager breeder. The iron farm's just behind me over there. Now I have transported all the villagers up to the iron farm now, apart from one, which I'm going to do in a minute on camera. I just thought I'd show the villager breeder first. Now it's not my design, and I will leave a link in the description for the tutorial for it. But as you can see, it's really cheap to build, you don't need anything too expensive or anything like that. And it is really efficient as well, it works very well, but I have made a slight change from the tutorial that I copied. As you can see under here, under these 5 blocks on each side, there's holes with trapdoors for the baby villagers to fall down. I've also added them underneath the composters over there, on each side. Now that's a bit of a change I made from the tutorial I followed. That just means there's more chance that the baby villagers will fall down the holes. But you don't need to do that if you don't want, that's just what I did. And also what I changed is the collection area underneath. I suppose you can do this however you want, as long as the villagers drop down you can transport them wherever and do whatever you want, but I did this to make them transport into this nether portal, that they all go through these water streams here, fall down in this one, and all go into the nether. So now I'm going to show you inside the nether and how I've been transporting up to the iron farm. But I think there's a lot of villagers in here, so it's probably going to be a little bit laggy. It also takes a while to load in because of all the villagers here. So here you go. There's a lot of babies in here and a few adults, but they all seem to filter down into this corner here. So that means that I can quite simply do this. If I get a minecart, it will collect one, and usually need to press a button, but he's just going by himself, so it makes it easy. And once he's in the portal, if you break the cart, the villager and the cart will go through the portal. And waiting on the other side, I've built up like a little thing around here, if I can get out. Here we go. So this is behind the portal, the iron farm's there, and this is where my chests and stuff are. So I've blocked up this, so there's no way out here. So the only way the villager can get out of the portal is by coming over this trapdoor here, like so. They fall into this minecart, and then if I press the button, it will transport him up, which I'll follow him up now. And it took me a little bit of time to do all this, just because there's 14 villagers in each one. But it's not actually, it don't take as long as you'd think. Once you get into a groove of doing it, it goes pretty fast. So as you can see, it's 14 in each one now. I think there's actually 15 in that one, but it doesn't matter too much. As long as you've got like 12 plus in each, you'll be fine. And yeah, I just push this minecart so it's like this, so the villager is over the water. And then if you break the minecart, you can run and pick it up and the villager drops down. Then the baby villager will grow up eventually in there. And they don't fall into that lava at the end, so you don't need to worry about that or anything. So I think now all the villagers are in. Next up I'm going to clean up all this dirt and all the rail, all the netherrack and stuff down there as well. And then we can get on to the next step, so I'll be back once I've done all that. Okay then, I've cleaned up all the mess down there, and I've started on the next stage of the farm, as you can see. Now I have lit it all up for now because I don't want any zombies to spawn. But I've done it on 3 sides, and I'm just going to show you how to do it on this 4th side here. So to start off, you want to get your glass and build this up 2 more so it's level with this. And if you weigh the bellies, you want to place 2 magma blocks like this. One on top of the bell and one to the side of it by 1. And then you want to go to this side and build out by 2 more. So this is a 4x4 block here. And you want to make this into an 8x8, so you want to go 4 out on this side and fill this in. And then you want to go over to the other side. You probably crouch for all this so you don't take damage to the magma blocks. And then you want to build another 4 out on this side. And fill this in as well. Like this. And after this you can place the glass here and raise this all up by 1 as well. So it's all level. And then next up you want to get a disposable block, so you can put any block of your choice on there, destroy the disposable block, and then you want to make a rim all the way around like I've done on the other side. Just make it all the way around the magma blocks, and then I'm just going to do this right now and I'll cut this out. Okay, then once you've done all 4 platforms, you can start placing the beds like I've done here. Now you will need to completely fill each platform with beds, which is 24 on each platform. So that's almost 100 overall, so I'm going to have to go get some more beds pretty quickly. As you see, once you place them, the cats and also iron golems will start to spawn, so you need to try do this quickly, then you can start building the spawn pad for them all to spawn on, to filter them down to the middle. So I'm just going to go get the rest of the beds quickly, then we'll start on the spawn platform. Okay then, I have placed all the beds now. You can't see them right here because I've built a spawn platform on top. And as you can see, I've actually started to get a few iron golems spawning up here, so that's a good sign. I'm just going to talk you through how I've done this platform quick, and then we'll start on the water, and then that's the farm done. So this here is just an infinite water source, so I can easily get to all of the water to put around the edges. But usually this would be the drop down for the iron golems. So from this block, you go 1 across to here, and then you count 8 along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this will get to this block, which is just above the beds. This is the first bed, and then the other bed will be like under those blocks there. So once you go 8 along here, you go up 1, and then this is 7 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then this will be the same all the way around in a perfect square. And you need to put a HACCP perimeter around. So that means nothing can spawn on the perimeter. So everything spawns on these blocks, which is where you want them to spawn. So next up, you want to start with a water, which you'd build this in the corner, which is just a 2x2 square, and then 3 half-slabs around the side. Then you put the water on top of here. Oh, I put that in the wrong place. Make sure you place it on top of the block there, like so. And then you also need to you do this in every single corner. And you put a water bucket, you do this block here, miss 1 block, and then this block here. So then if I go get some more water, I can just show you a few more, and then I'll go and do the rest of it off camera. So I've put it on this block here, so you can miss a block and do another block, miss a block and do that block, and just do this all the way around, and make sure you place the buckets in each corner as well. And then I'll be back once I've done all that. Okay then, all of the water is now in place, and the farm's up and running. As you can see, there's an iron golem in there right now. But there's a little bit of a problem with the farm, which I'm not entirely sure if it will affect the rates or not. But as you can see in here, I'm getting a lot of fish spawning in the farm, so I'm getting fish and bones. I really don't know if it will affect the rates, but I'll have to look into it. But as you can see, I've got over a stack of iron, and that's from maybe 50 minutes AFK while I got ready for work. So over a stack an hour is pretty impressive, I think, considering we're on Xbox Edition and not PC. So what I'm going to be doing next is just dumping all of this stuff in the chest, and then I'm going to be going to work. So I'm going to stay AFK for maybe 9 or 10 hours, and then once I'm back from work, I'll record and see how much iron and everything else I've got in the chest. So yeah, I'll see you once I'm back. Right, I'm back after being AFK for about 14 hours. I'm just going to show you the drops I got in that time. So I only got 8.5 stacks of iron, which isn't the best rates at all, and I tested this farm design in a creative world before, and I got much better rates than that, so I'm pretty sure that all the fish that are spawning in are affecting the rates of iron golems spawning in. And I did a little bit of research on that, and that's because that right there is classed as an ocean biome, so that's the reason all the fish are spawning in. So I think what I'm going to do next is just leave this project alone. I'll probably come back and add some chests and a little bit of a roof and stuff, but this is a bit of a failed project, so in the next few days I'm going to build another iron golem farm, and I'm going to make sure it's not over an ocean next time. But I'll do that off camera, and I'll probably show you it in a later episode. But for now, what I want to do is go and finish a project I started last episode, so I'm going to head over to the base and I'll see you when I'm over there. Okay, then I'm back over here by the base, and behind me is the pumpkin pie farm that I started last episode. So I've done a lot of progress here between episodes, and I'm just going to go through that quickly. And over there is the start of the pumpkin farm, which I'm going to get to a bit later on. But as you can see down here, a lot of stuff's going on, which I've done between episodes. So I did finish off the sugarcane farm, the last few layers. Then I've built this storage room above, which I quite like this, but I tried replacing the birch wood for loads of other different materials that have stairs and slabs. But I think birch looked the best, so I changed it back to that. And all of these chests get filled automatically through hoppers, which I'll get to now. All the hoppers behind here. And this is a water stream that comes up from the sugarcane farm below. It comes all the way up and then drops all the sugarcane into these hoppers. So that's fully automated now. And then I'll get up here and show you the chickens. It's just a little 2x2 block with some chickens on. There's some hoppers below, catches all the eggs, takes them down here and fills up the chests from this side all the way over to that side. So there's plenty of double chests. Is it 30 double chests for each different item? So that's plenty, I think. I should never run out of storage. And next up, I wanted to show you the redstone behind the pumpkin farm which I've started, which is just here. So it's just a hopper clock which I did down below for the sugarcane farm, if you remember last episode. And it gives a pulse to this observer block right here. It's not turned on now because I don't have any items in these hoppers, but as soon as I put items in, it'll turn on. We've given an update to this block which will power, or it will unpower these redstone torches. And these redstone torches go into a little torch tower, which I'll get to above and show you in the pumpkin farm. And it just activates all the pistons and harvests all the pumpkins, which I'll show you over here. So as you see, there's like a little torch tower on each side, this side and over here. So when the redstone torch below gets unpowered, it goes up this chain, and then this torch here and this torch here will get powered, which will power this piston, and that will harvest the crops. You can use melons in this design as well, but I need pumpkins, so I'm going for that. So I think I'm just going to show you how to build a layer quickly. So you start off with, on top of the pistons, build one on each side as well, like this, all the way around. And you need to make sure you leave the corner block, so like that. And you build a little ring of dirt in the middle. And you can just hoe it and plant the seeds now, but you don't have to do it straight away. And you get rid of this and you get your pistons. Put one in the middle of each block like this. And then you need to put a corner block in each corner. But for these corners here where the torch tower is, you need to get your redstone torch and put the torch there first before you put the block there. And then this should, both these ones should be unpowered. So you put a block in this corner as well. You don't need anything there because it's not a torch tower. And then this side, put a redstone torch and a block above. And then that's it. That's one full layer of the farm built. And one thing you probably need to do is put some torches here just so the crops have enough light to grow. Just 2 there and then 2 on the other side, there and there. So you can build this as high as you want. I've just gone for 3 for now, but I'm going to build one more on top. And as you can see, there's 4 corners overall, and I'm going to do the same in each corner. So it's going to be 4 high, and there's going to be 4 of them. and hopefully that should be enough pumpkins for this farm to work properly. So I think next up I'm just going to go and build all 4 of these corners, and then that's probably me done on this project for today. Okay, I finished the first farm, and I was thinking that I forgot to mention in the last clip, this isn't my design, and of course it starts raining. But yeah, this isn't my design, it's actually Mumbo Jumbo design, which I'm sure most of you have heard of him before. He's on the Hermitcraft series, and he built this on series 3 I think, but he never did a tutorial on it, so I'll leave a link in the description for the video or the episode of Hermitcraft which he built this on. So yeah, it's just not my design, I just thought I'd mention that. But I'm just going to build the other 3 farms real quick and then I'll be back. Okay, so all 4 of the farms are now built, and it is all connected up by redstone, which I'll show you down here quick. So that's one you've already seen, and if I go in here you'll see it's just the exact same, with the hopper clock going into the observer and the redstone and then the 2 torch towers. It's the exact same on all 4 sides. And I have put 3 stacks of gravel in each of the hopper clocks. I might add a few more, maybe a stack or so, just to extend the distance between harvests, but 3 is fine for now. And you'll notice there's now a water stream going around the outside. Now this goes into all 4 of the corners, which is where the pumpkins fall down. So all the pumpkins fall into the water stream, and if I just throw these in here you'll see that they just go all the way around, and there's packed ice underneath the water, so the items go pretty fast and they don't get stuck anywhere. And they go into these hoppers, into that dropper right there, and they get shot up here. And the way I've done that is with a little hopper clock, just 2 hoppers going into each other with 1 item inside, and that goes into the comparator and it keeps giving the dropper a little pulse. So if there's anything inside it shoots up. And you'll see down here that all my items should have gone into this chest, and some go into this chest for some reason, and some pumpkins in there as well. I'm not sure why that happens, but it doesn't really matter too much. But anyway, that's this farm completely done now, in terms of all the farms running and putting the items into the chests. It just fills up the chest by itself. All there's really to do next is to make the entrance look a bit better, because right now it's just pretty bad. I don't want to see any of the redstone when I'm coming down here. And also I've got a good idea for these towers right here. So my plan is to make 4 watchtowers in each corner, then have like a little castle wall going between them. And then here I'll have like a little archway with the entrance to the farm. Yeah. That'll be like here, and then it'll just mirror this side right there with a little archway. And this could be like a little courtyard inside the walls, and I could have, I'm thinking maybe some stables in there to keep some horses when I get some horses. Yeah, it's probably going to take me a few episodes to get round to that, but I've definitely got a few ideas of what I want to do. But I think that's going to be me done for today's episode. I just want to talk a little bit about the base and what I want to do next episode. So as you see here, there's just a load of chests, and it's just all the junk I've got from all the farms I've done. So I had some chests over there, over at the iron farm, which is over there, and then also over there where the skeleton farm is. I just got all the junk I had and put it in these chests. But this is my base, and I've been on this world about 3 weeks now and done 3 episodes, and there's just nothing to show for it in terms of the base. I've just got this little hole in a wall with a few items in chests. I've not really got anything going around here, so I've also got a dog. I don't know if you've seen him yet, but he just barks at me a lot. But what I want to do with this base is, I'm probably going to do a little bit off camera between episodes and then do some more on camera next episode. But I want to start replacing all the walls with grey blocks such as this andesite, gravel, cobblestone, this normal stone, stuff like that. Maybe some stone brick as well. But I don't want any of diorite, I think that's called, or dirt or anything like that, or any of this. And on the floor I want wooden blocks, like, well, mainly just oak, dark oak and spruce I think will look good. And I'm going to try to keep it rough and put a lot of slabs and stairs and stuff around so it looks kind of worn in and old. I think that'll look good. Yeah, I want to try to keep the natural cave feel to it as well, so I don't want to have too many kind of square archways or anything like that. But there's a lot of surface area to cover, so it's going to take me a while to do that. So I'll probably just do a bit of progress every episode or something. But as you can see down here, I've built like a little pathway. I'm going to add some slabs so I don't have to jump everywhere. And then it goes into here, which is where my storage room is going to be. I chose here because there's a little exit just here as well. So it's quite, I've got quite a, sorry, say that again. I've got quite a big area to dig around, so I can go 5 blocks that way, 5 blocks that way, and 5 blocks that way. And probably a few blocks up, so it's going to be a big storage room. This is going to be my main storage. And then I'm also going to build 2 more storage rooms. One for bulk storage, like cobblestone, stone, dirt, all that kind of stuff. And then I'm going to build another storage room, which is for, well, if you know, the aim of this series is to collect 1 stack of every single item. I want a storage room just for that 1 stack of every item. So I'm going to probably build that pretty soon as well, then I can start getting that together and seeing which items I've got, which ones I need to go collect. And it's just a nice way to keep track of them all. But yeah, that's what I'm going to start doing in the next few episodes, to start working on the base. Build a few things around here, make it look better. Make it spawn proof, so there's no creepers spawning in and killing me from behind or anything like that. So I'm going to get a lot of light sources around with bushes and stuff. I think it'll look pretty good anyway. But that's going to be me done for today's episode. I will do some work between episodes like I said, and I'll update you in the start of episode 4. But I've been ranting on for about 6 minutes now, so this is me done. Please like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all next time.